nothing important here. This is just a live stream, just playing around with, just talking out loud. I don't really think I have any secrets to share here. Just thinking about how I want to go through, uh, how I want to, tomorrow to go. I want to wake up early and go to Salem, Oregon. I'm in McMinnville now, as you can see. I'm in McMinnville, which should be, this is McMinnville, and I've been here for a few days. Let me talk about what I have gained here, okay, and particularly the free stuff, okay, because that's what's most interesting to me. All right, so the weather's been okay. Let's see, bro. There's only one person watching. Yep. Thanks for being my watcher. So, I gained a few things here for free. It's kind of cool. I don't mean to yell it to the neighbors. In fact, I'm gonna roll up some windows, just so that I got that covered. Alright, that's probably good. So I'm sure that there's somebody on my left side I don't even want to deal with. Okay, car's off. Okay. Every time I turn my van on, I have to open the door. Well, every time I shut my van off, I have to open up the door and shut it, or these lights stay on the windows. Yeah, the van's got too much of that, what do they call it? There's too much illumination, but that's not the word there you're calling it. As I'm talking about it, wow, it's just there's a lot of illumination going on. I pulled out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light bulbs because of all this illumination. I want to take out the lights in my keyhole, but I don't know how to do that. That's the lowest setting light. Oh, and then I turned off the dashboard light. Whenever the door opens, the dashboard light turns on. I just turned it off completely. Like, it's hard to see in the daytime when the sun is at my face. I got that shadow. Can't really see the dashboard very well. But I don't want that light coming on when I open the door. I don't want the door lights coming on. I don't want these visor lights coming on when I check my face in the mirror. It's like blinding me, and then I'm sitting here trying to look through the light at my reflection on the mirror, and I'd rather just stick with natural lights. And then I pulled out this illumination light that shined on the center console. It was a orange low level light, and I looked up. I asked AI about it, and then it just said you could pop off the plastic case, so I did that. If you pull them, you won't know if everything is shut. Yeah, I don't know how to turn off the lights for the individual window keys. The window buttons light up, so I'm still seeing that. So that's the deal. Yeah. What do they call it? Aura, something like aura, illumination. There's a word that they're using for this particular. Oh, he's taking off finally. Okay. All right. Oh, it's two of them. All right. I knew that they were in the truck over there. I didn't want to have my conversation on the camera with them. They were all nice and quiet. Maybe they were the ones joking. I could probably turn roll my window back down. I just crack all the windows that work. 3 out of my 4 windows work. All right. All right. So, let's see. Yeah, I gave a little van tour. What? It's the last video, wasn't it? When I was in Northern California. let's see. Okay, so I acquired a few free things. You know, I can't really show because it's so dark right now. But I got a three drawer plastic dresser, entirely caked in hair and dust and all kinds of grime and stuff. But I was prepared to clean that because I keep a spray bottle on me now with vinegar and water mix. I'm constantly spraying my hands when I want to eat food, and just anytime that, you know, if I think I'm gonna put my hands in my mouth, I got to be thinking about it. Sometimes I forget, but I'm thinking about it more, spraying down my hands. Okay, just a little bit, little spritz, both hands, and then I grab a paper towel, or then I rub them together. Grab a paper towel and dry them off. Now they're wet. Smell like vinegar. I'm wiping down my hands more. I gotta do that. I'm a little bit more paranoid about cleanliness. I don't want any more sick stomachs. I get burning in my stomach still, but that's not sickness. That's not like before jail. That was I'm washing clothes more. And that's one of the things I acquired today. I acquired like a full body insulation thing from some shopping cart next to some tennis courts here. Somebody just left a full and nice, like it practically looks brand new. And it's like my size, I think, a 2X. I'll put it on. I washed it at the laundromat, paid $5.50. And I was a little nervous. The worker was there. The guy he asked me if he could help me. And I told him, well, I just asked him various questions. One question I asked him was, do you know the password for the Wi-Fi? And he was like, are you going to wash here? And I'm like, yes. All right. And he gives it to me. So it's no, I forget. I wrote it down, like pay to play, something like that, all in capitals. But yeah, I watched this thing. I was a little nervous that he was going to say something about the suit. It's deep back there. I really can't show it in the darkness. I'll be showing it though. I'm going to put it on. I think it'll fit. 2X is going to fit. But there's a sign in that laundromat that said no horse mats. So I was a little nervous. I think maybe he would consider that kind of a horse mat. So I didn't want him to see it. I kind of concealed it with my other clothes, and I washed it with my other clothes. I'm trying to get more into the habit of washing clothes. But I mean, this is stuff that costs me more money, and I'm making less money. So and it's costing me more money to live in a van with all the parts are like practically double the cost of living in a car. So the costs add up. I'm a little bit more hesitant. I need to be more hesitant about spending now because of the issues. Make the same amount, but have higher expenses. It's gonna work against buying new cameras for sure. But I can work with what I got. So anyway, yeah, I acquired several free things in this city that surprised me. And I'm in the market for them. I was in the market. Now I'm no longer. And one of them was that 3 drawer plastic drawer thing. Now I got this drawer about as high as my seat, and I got things tucked in the drawers. I had a lot of things that I didn't know where to put them. I had 3 buckets, but they're even kind of full. And that's the thing. I got so much space in this van that I can space things out more. I don't feel like I have to like fit them perfectly, like it's Tetris, like I'm playing a game of trying to fit things in the right way. I could just leave space in between things because there's enough room. But yeah, I got the 3 buckets that I keep things in, and then now 3 drawers that somebody just put by the trash as I was walking back and forth from Wortman's Park to the Safeway. I just looked over at the trash, and there's other guys that'll look in the trash around here a lot a lot with a lot more scrutiny than me. I just look at the trash. I don't look in it so much. And I saw that shelving thing, so I brought it to my van and just cleaned it up with the spray bottle and paper towels. I only used a couple of paper towels that I bought myself because I accumulate quite a bit. Whenever I stop places, I just start filling my pockets with paper towels, and I'm trying to manage them good. All right, so I'll take for this. This is a new experiment in how to manage paper. You beat up paper towels from various sources. I'm using my orange juice container and then stuffing one end, putting one end, the paper towel in one end, and then pulling out the other end to try to cycle through my paper towels with a little bit more efficiency here. I accumulate a lot of paper towels, almost more than I use in a way. So yeah, this thing is stuffed, and I'm still trying to stuff more paper towels in there individually, so they come out individually. I chose this bigger end because I want a fast pull. The smaller end, I have to like pick at the paper towel to get it out. I got time right now to fill, but when I gotta sneeze, or when I want to grab that paper towel a little faster, I want a bigger space to pull it out. I just cut the bottom, and so yeah, all these paper towels are now in here, filling up this thing. And I'm playing around with ideas. I've been seeing a lot of crazy, amazing ideas on TikTok about, they're just going nuts with sharing ideas on what to do with a Coke bottle. There's like 100 things you can do with a Coke bottle. If you got a heat gun, especially, you could do them. And coat hangers and all kinds of different knickknacks you could put together in various ways. And I'm learning how to put things together. Like, you could put tape on the end of the bristles of your brush, and when you're cleaning your floor, your what's that called, the sweeper. You can put some tape on the bottom of the bristles, and then as you're sweeping, that the tape will collect dust. Or you could put something in the dust pan. It might have been tape, something that would catch the dirt. I forget exactly. No, I won't get a lint roller. See, Japan minivan camping videos. Oh, I think I've seen some Japan camping videos. Yeah, they got their way of living. It's not as, I don't think it looks as stressful as living in America. Like right now, I'm here, but after I'm done with this live stream, I want to move because I can't sleep in this parking lot. But I know that a parking lot not far from here I can. So that was for 2 nights, and then the 2 previous nights over the weekend, I was able to get away with sleeping in the industrial zone of McMinnville. They got signs saying no parking anywhere, no parking on this side of the road, for no good reason either. I don't see the reason why, especially on the weekend when everything's shut down. But I did it, and I'm using AI to help me find parking places now. I'm not just looking on Google Maps trying to find some place to park overnight. You know, I can find the Walmarts. That's easy. Type in Walmart, libraries, find the libraries. But to find somewhere to sleep overnight is a little more difficult, and it takes a little bit more than just looking at the map. I made a lot of bad guesses. I think from now on, I'm probably gonna be making a lot better guesses and having fewer cop interactions, because AI is really showing the way. In fact, I should be asking, after this, I want to ask AI about the Salem legal system. Because apparently in McMinnville, if you're caught sleeping in your vehicle in a residential area or on government property, like in the parks or something, then they can give you a ticket for camping. But that law does not apply to the industrial zones and the side streets of those industrial zones or commercial zones. Okay, overnight sleeping is okay in commercial and industrial zones. Unfortunately, they make it extremely difficult to park in those areas. They make it unpleasant in the commercial zones, and then they put up those signs saying no parking anywhere in the industrial zones, which I discovered, which I think is ridiculous. And so I took more of a chance parking in the industrial zone, the far end on a dead end, where there were signs that said no parking anywhere. I thought it was stupid. No cars came down anyway. But that's like an ordinance, and I couldn't find those ordinances myself. And now AI is just popping them up on an instant. I tell it my problem. I say, hey, I need a place to sleep overnight in this particular city. Can you? And I have to do it with Google Gemini because ChatGPT, it does not really look at Google Maps. That's one of the beauties of the Google system is they're able to pull up Google Maps, and you'll see searching Google Maps when I say, hey, check out Google Maps for a good place to sleep overnight. I've had now Google Gemini find me good parks to hang out at, which I should do that too. Actually, between here and Salem, I kind of want to go to their library, but I've asked it, hey, find me a good park to hang out at between Vancouver, Washington, and McMinnville. And then it popped up the city park in McMinnville, and I'm like, hey, stop, that's not what I wanted. That goes past the Walmart in McMinnville. Try again. Give me in between parks in between Vancouver and Walmart at McMinnville. So then it goes back to Google Maps and it's like, oh, here's Newburgh. You can hang out at a couple of parks in Newburgh. And it gave me, once again, it's screwed up. And I had to give it some new instructions and say, because it showed me parks in the city with houses all around. And I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want to be hanging out in no park where there's houses surrounding the park. So I'm like, no, not where there's buildings all around the park. I want something more like on the outskirts of the park. And that's where it's like, oh, you want more of a nature setting. Okay, let's go back to Google Maps and take another look. And so then it found me this, the fishing, like a fishing pier place. It found me three different places, all on the outskirts of the city. I didn't make it, I didn't give it new instructions after that. I could have, saying that I want it more on the routes, because one was on the route pretty good. Like I didn't really veer off of the route between Vancouver, Washington and McMinnville, Oregon, with the boat launch area. The other two were maybe a mile off, so I'd have to drive a mile to get off the route to the place. The other two places, like one was like some historical site, and the other was, I don't know, some out of the way park. I thought those were a little out of the way when I just wanted something on the route to McMinnville, and it found it for me. I had to adjust. I had to ask it to re-look at things. I had to say that I wanted, in between the start and stop points, not past the stop point, and I wanted them on the outskirts of the town, of the cities that I passed through, and then also not too far off my routes. So I could make that as just one question in its entirety instead of having to constantly correct it, possibly. And I'll do that for every trip. And it'll find me parks that I likely would not normally find myself. It's finding instantly. It's going to Google Maps. It's pulling up Google Maps points, giving me the addresses. Then I can put those into the Garmin, and then find them, get to them. And it's less of a headache because I find searching the Google Maps more of a headache than working with ChatGPT. I'd rather argue with ChatGPT. I'd rather argue with the Google Gemini, with the AI, trying to find a place to park overnight, than trying to search the map. But I still have to search the map a little bit. But I can argue with Gemini about things. And it warns me, saying, hey, it could be risky if you park on private property, and you get a trespass charge and all that. I'm trying to reduce that risk. That's a risk I did take a little too much before AI, but now with AI, I can I could be even more like targeted. I can be more just I can be more like a local in a lot of ways. I know where to go. Because it can read maps. It's got the access to the information. It can coordinate the information. Oh, going to the coast? No, I ain't going to the coast. I don't think so. That is trouble. The coast. I'd have to go if I wanted to go play. There's only a few places on the coast I liked, but I don't think I'll go to the coast. Just south. I'll go to Salem. We'll see how Salem feels. Probably Eugene. Just trying to waste time. I want us to get back on my route heading east, checking out the east part of the country, but I'm not really in a rush. I want to stay north as best I can. I could sleeping on the coast. How long did I stay in Warrenton, Oregon? That was a couple of weeks. I stayed out there, and that was amazing. That was cool. Right along the Columbia River. Astoria, Oregon. I kind of miss Astoria. I'll have to think about it. The closer I get to the coast, the more stable the weather is. It's something to think about. But yeah, McMinnville's been pretty nice to me, and it's just like I remember it. Giving out the free food, the soup kitchens, the food banks. They're still all there. They're still all in place, pretty much. It hasn't changed. So this whole time, while I've been fighting Louisiana, getting thrown in jail for almost a year over my ID, there's groups and volunteer groups and individuals who will come out and just give food to people. I got a couple of pants. Imagine them trying to do that. Imagine an interest group, a volunteer group, trying to go to the jail with some food for the inmates. See how that works out. They don't do it. They would rather, the culture is set up, the slave culture in Louisiana is set up where they throw you in jail. That's it. You don't get any perks. The only donations that can be made are to the cops, while people suffer in jail. But it's like, for a while, I guess, or I was told by this guy, and it'll be in a video in the future, that they tried making drugs legal in Oregon, and that became a bit of a disaster. They tried it, and then they had to change pace on that because people got a little out of hand with it. It's like drugs are not legal in Louisiana, especially dope, but in jail they were letting the dope smokers get away with it a lot. Okay, so it was almost like an experiment. In Oregon, in open lands, they were making it legal to take drugs. And in a lot of ways, Louisiana was doing that same kind of experiment, but in the jails instead, letting the inmates get away with smoking all kinds of dope. And they're getting more experimental too with this paper dope. Getting more sneaky with it, because all you need is little thin slips, little thin slices, and which are almost they're impossible to see if you just if it's laying on the floor and you're standing over it. There's no way you could see it. You have to look really close to see those little slits of paper that are smokable. Yeah, the drug experiment is going on in Louisiana, but in the jails more so, and they're improving the type. Yeah, tomato milk. Man, it's been a while since I've had tomato milk. That's a great idea. I haven't had that in a long time. I've been trying to decide what to mix milk with, and I thought cayenne pepper is a pretty good one, but yeah, it's been a while since I've done the tomato milk. I'd need a tomato sauce for that. That's something to think about. I've cut tomatoes out because I get stomach problems so much. So yeah, I got the 3 drawers for free. I got a garbage bucket, garlic shots and tomato milk. Yeah, I do the garlic powder with my cheese sandwiches. I'm bringing cheese back into my diet. Melting cheese with potatoes, boiling potatoes. I got 2 cookers now. Now I need to fill up my 20 pound propane tank somewhere. I just asked Circle K if they fill up propane tanks, but they got the exchange. I want to fill up my propane tank. I guess I can only fill it up to 80%, but I'm gonna be working with a propane tank that I could just refill. I paid $60 for it just 2 days ago. I'm running around with an empty propane tank. Oh, the Coke Zeros. I had 2 of those, and I had a nasty sick feeling afterward. I had to get rid of those. Tractor Supply has a refill for tanks. I don't want to replace. I don't want to exchange my new tank for a full tank. I want to fill up my tank. So that's what I'm gonna be trying to do. I bought the hose. I bought the tank. I see how I can connect it to my burner. I just need fuel now, and then I could just my 1 pound tanks. I bought a burner top, so I got 1 pound tank with the burner top like screwed in that I won't unscrew until the tank runs out. I'll keep a few 1 pound tanks with me in reserve, so I'll have a 20 pound tank and some 1 pound tanks. Those 1 pound tanks are for smaller cooking. When I want to do bigger cooking, then I pull out the bigger tank. When I want to cook 2 things at once, when I want to boil one thing and fry another, fry some eggs and boil some noodles or something. Oh man, a lot of my sickness is gas built up. It's uncomfortable. It makes things burn in my stomach. It's nothing that's going away with exercise or whatever. Some of this burning has gone away with the magnets I attached to my clothes around the stomach. So, okay, I acquired some kind of a light. I just want to say that somebody just today said that he saw my Daily Roamer sticker on my van. So I put it's kind of obscure. I put on this tinted glass, I put black lettering that said Daily Roamer YouTube. And you could see it in the right light. I'm not really trying to make it really stand out, but I got it on there. I've already put advertisement on my van, and one guy saw it and made a comment on the Daily Roamer channel that he said he'd watch a few videos. So yeah, I wanna let people know that that I got a YouTube channel. It's like I'm losing so many subscribers on my cop channel. I got to promote in other ways. I got to promote it on the ground now. It's called guerrilla marketing. I read, there's a book there's a book written a long time ago. See, got an adapter to refill the 1 pound tank. No, I'm not refilling any 1 pound tanks. I'll refill my 20 pound tank, but I won't refill my 1 pound tanks. I don't, well, maybe. I will have the 20 pound tank. I know you turn the 20 pound tank upside down, and then you got to have a particular adapter that a lot of Walmarts sell. And then you do it like that. Maybe. That's down the line though. I gotta be able to find 20 places that'll fill my 20 pound tank. That would save me money on the 1 pound tanks for sure, actually. And I don't need to fill them up all the way. So that's maybe something later. I would like to avoid buying more 1 pound tanks. So I'll have to think about that. First step is getting the 20 pound tank filled. And I may have to buy 1 pound tanks as I'm looking. I asked Google Maps to point out the places. So on my travels, I don't want to go too far out of my way in my traveling to fill up the tank. It's got to be like on the route, because I only have to do it maybe once every 3 or 4 months, I think. Because I probably cook, let's say 30 minutes of cooking every other day. And then I told the AI to figure out how often I need to, how much of a cost savings I'll get. When will I break even buying a tank and refilling it, as opposed to buying 1 pound tanks, if I do 30 minutes every other day? 'Cause I don't really cook every day. Adapter, yeah, I know there's adapters. Yeah, there might be some, you might have some loss when you're making the transfer. That concerns me. Somebody's going around somebody. Get a haircut. I'm not going to put everything on one big channel, because I got Facebook, I got Instagram. There's too many different social media things out there. Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm trying to save money on any way I can. Like, it was really cold last night. I got frost on my van last night, and I didn't run any heaters. I didn't even break open a heat pack. I keep heat packs within reach. I didn't break any open. I only got 6 blankets too. But not with my new bodysuit. Maybe I'll put that on tonight. Full body, legs and arms and everything. I got to see how that fits. I don't think I could put it on here. I'm kind of curious. All right, let me just see if I can put that sucker on. I'm going to just see if I can reach it, at least. Just be a second here. All right. It's still got a bit of a smell, but not too bad. I ran it through the wash once. I turned it inside out. Okay. And then I closed all the zippers. And that washed the inside really good. So, yeah, okay, let's see what the brand name is again. Key? You ever hear of the Key brand? But it said it's a 2X. Alright, I'm going to see if I can put this on. I might be able to just put it on right out here. I mean, this is a place to try and not be questioned why I'm doing it. And it's not too cold out anyway. Alright, so let's see if I can do this. We'll see if this even fits. Alright. Oh, it's stuck, okay. Okay, zips all the way down. It's a little wet. Yep. Alright. So the legs, I don't know, it seem okay. I gotta remove the winter jacket. I hope I don't have to remove anything else. We'll see. Wow, this is a full body suit. Let me just see how it feels while sitting down. Wow. I didn't take anything off except for the winter jacket. I got good 2X is a good fit. I feel fully covered. It's like a one big hug by this thing. This is amazing. Check this thing out. Man, this thing feels really good. I can't believe a homeless guy gave it up. Yeah, that's what they're called, coveralls, right? They you just put them over your clothes. I just washed them at the laundromat with some clothes. I didn't want to deal. I just turned them inside out, put them in the wash with some other clothes, and yeah. So now I could put my snow pants on over this because my snow pants are huge. Andrew bought me some snow pants. I told him because the meth heads in Kansas got my snow pants, so he bought me some new snow pants that only come up to, they're just regular pants too. I had coveralls. This is what's this called again? This is a coverall, yeah. So man, this is I mean, it's not that cold around here, I guess. So this is satisfactory, but for somebody to just leave it laying around in pretty good shape like this, I got an umbrella and these coveralls out of a shopping cart today. So they were just in the park, just in the city park. I just went for a little walk in places I don't normally walk. Homeless people are zigzagging up and down all around, so I know it got plenty of eyes. Plenty of people saw these coveralls and just didn't bite. I got a pocket right here. I got pockets in the back. I got the regular jean okay. One is open where I can reach my pants. There's no pockets, but the other is an actual pocket. So now I'm wondering if that's intentional. Did they cut a pocket out? This doesn't look tampered with in any way. The zippers work fine. Good, strong zippers. And it's recommended that when you wash clothes with zippers that you zip up the product all the way so that the zippers don't catch any other cloth and rip it up. So I'm practicing that now. That's what AI told me. Zip all your zippers up so the teeth don't catch on other clothes. Yeah, I got a working man's. All I need are boots that fit my feet now. These shoes are kind of a tough ends, but they're not steel toes. Okay, that's the thing. I could be working construction, but one of the biggest requirements to work construction is to have steel toe boots. And there's so many jobs, so many activities that require the right type of footwear. But I should have been looking at the types of jobs or activities that don't require any footwear. You can go barefoot. I should have been looking at barefoot activities instead of trying to squeeze my feet into cleats that were too small and wrestling shoes that were way too small, and all other kinds of footwear. Anything that requires boots. I could never be a cowboy because I don't make boots my size. Wear rain boots. I didn't do any work at the jail, partly because I was protesting work anyway. I was offered work, but I just told them that my feet don't fit in any of your boots. I spent more time trying to learn about the law on the kiosk than being concerned about trying to occupy my time with jobs. There are all kinds of various jobs. You can work in the commissary or washing dishes in the kitchen or I don't know, maybe cooking food, doing laundry. There's all kinds of various jobs guys could do. I didn't choose, or maintenance or whatever. I didn't choose any of it. I just wanted to learn the law, but the kiosk went down a lot. They probably made the kiosk go down on purpose just to encourage people to want to get out of the dorm. Because a lot of like bad guys, I would see a lot of bad guys doing some of these jobs, but they were still doing their bad deeds while on the job, trading dope, spreading dope between the dorms. Like the barber, we went for long periods without haircuts because barbers kept getting thrown in the hole. They get fired and thrown in the hole because they traded dope. And even the inmates in the dorm would say, "Just give it to the barber. Just give it to the barber." You know, because the barber, in a lot of ways, is central. And now that makes me wonder how much is the barber involved with those drug activities on the outside? Because I see some shady barber places in cities, in the ghettos. And my grandpa was a barber, my great grandpa too. Um, and it's like they might have gotten engaged in some illicit activities themselves, shared some information, took part in some deals. I mean, where else? Where would a better place be than the barber shop? Even in small towns, they can come up with some pretty shady deals in a barber shop. I mean, you're at the central focal point there with you know, the haircuts. Everybody's got to get a haircut. Our slippery elm and the slippery elm. Oh, you're saying the zipper is fine though. I got a good zipper. Yeah, so let's see. There's a render time that takes you take a beating on render time. Some people have foot fetishes. Yeah, all right. All right. Well, I don't know what else to say. I guess I just was going to brag about getting some free things. I've been showing them off on clips, on the 30-minute videos, the vlogs. I've been showing on clips. So it'll be after Vancouver, Washington when I'm in McMinnville. I try to ask the AI to title the videos appropriately. So if you go back on some old videos where AI can link up to it, I can ask it to make a title for me for that video. And you want me to keep streaming? Well, I don't know what else. I only got so much battery life and whatever. I just keep detaining. Well, I don't know what else to say. Man, this thing is comfortable. My overalls. I got these overalls this morning. I washed them in the evening time, and now I'm wearing them. I think I'll wear them tonight. these these are great. I also got a scarf too. I can't reach. I'd have to climb. I can't just reach back there. I'd have to climb back there to get that. Somebody put a scarf on a post. That's the thing too. I wonder if somebody could have left the coveralls on purpose in the park for a homeless person to pick up. Because that's also a possibility. A homeless person could have left it there, or somebody was donating it. I want to get rid of my my pressure cooker. I don't see any way that I can really make use of it. It was fun to use with Robert in San Diego, but he gave it to me. But I think I got to donate that. I got a propane tank now. Once I get that filled up, that's going to be my primary means of cooking. The the meth heads were generous enough to leave me my coil burner, which I found in an abandoned home of some guy who died in Colorado. And his family ransacked that house, and then just left it to ruins. But they left that electric coil burner, and I took it. And the meth heads in Kansas weren't even interested in it. But I've used it a couple of times. I could put some pots on it and boil some water when the weather's right and when it's the right spots. But we're entering an energy crunch because I just watched some news reports on AI getting larger, and the restrictions aren't GPUs so much as energy. Even though the cost of memory for VRAM, video RAM, or I guess processing for AI, the memory that's required for that, just the prices are going up. But that's nothing compared to the amount of energy that's needed. And all that free electricity that I'm finding in parks might be a little more constricted. If energy really does become more of a problem, the cities will probably start thinking about cutting off. More cities will probably think about cutting off electricity to their parks, where I can't just plug in and power up some batteries, play on my computers or whatever. I'll tell you what though, I look forward to the day when I can get some AI offline. I can download videos off of YouTube and watch those videos offline. But give me some AI. I can download some TikTok videos. I could download up to 200 TikTok videos to watch offline. But we need more offline stuff. Especially, not just for me, the poor guy who can't afford the phone, but also just if the internet goes down, and you can still have access to offline stuff. Like, you got the calculator, things, tools. We know AI is a tool, all right? And if it's going to be a tool, we need access to it offline. That's what a tool is about. A tool, we shouldn't have to rely on being able to only use the tool online. Okay, it's not really much of a tool then, as far as I'm concerned. And there are ways to get AI offline, and people that are downloading it. I downloaded a little AI program from DeepSeek, and it showed how slow my computer is. It took like a minute just to ask. I just asked how you're doing, and it takes like 3 minutes to tell me it's doing fine. So it's I got kind of a slow computer for processing queries. Let's see, power station, charge, driving. Yeah, this battery died, or not this battery, the last battery died. I had to buy a $200 battery 2 weeks ago. The old battery died on me. This battery, I don't know. It's like I still need to get something to to charge this battery because I'm relying entirely on this battery surviving. I've pulled all kinds of lights in here now to try to save money. Turned off the dashboard light, and I'm considering this security thing, the car security. I'd like to pull that. That would save me on a little bit of electricity. I bought a multimeter, but I just can't turn it on yet until I get the tiny screwdriver to open up the back. And I nearly bought a tiny screwdriver here at this local hardware store for $10. But then I asked AI, I'm like, hey, I took a picture of that product, and I told AI, I think this price is a little high. Can you find me something that's a little cheaper? And AI told me that I could use the eyeglasses screwdrivers, and that they're cheaper. Eyeglass screwdrivers are cheaper than these tools at this hardware store, half the price. So I'm gonna look for eyeglass screwdrivers and then get some of those, and then I can finally open up the multimeter so then I can use the multimeter to test my battery, play around with that, and learn how the multimeter measures and all that stuff. It's like you got to do one thing to get the other, and it's one step after another. Let's see. Andy gave Milkman a a, a 2 year supply of. Oh yeah, it's. I still got those oats. I dip into them every so often. I'll cook them or I'll eat them raw. Yeah, they're helping. Ordered it by weight and didn't think how light they were. Oh, for a 2 year supply, I'll go through this sooner than 2 years. Let's see, to get a nice, oh, yeah, you got to spend some money on computers. And that's the thing. I'm going back and forth on what to buy exactly. Laptops may not be the future. Maybe I need to just hold off on a new laptop. Uh, Although I do have the DaVinci Resolve um, yeah, like editor. I'm not even using DaVinci Resolve editor for these videos that I'm putting out. I am only using the Microsoft Movie Maker from what, like 1995 or something. The old style, you gotta dig deep to find the old one. You gotta dig through the trash to find the old style Microsoft Movie Maker. I primarily just do that. I don't play with any features. I just string them all together and then move forward with processing and a low standard. I'm trying to push out videos faster with poorer quality because that's I just want to get them out there, and then once I get them all, once I get caught up with videos, then I want to go back with AI and ask AI at what point does this in this 30-minute video, what's the best part of this 30-minute video? Okay, can you point? Can you extract? Can you find something that you find maybe the most amusing, the most I don't know, educational, and AI will do it directly on the YouTube AI, and then it'll mark the times, and I say, give me a 40 second to, time frame where that's really good, the best quality out of that 30-minute video. Give me a 40 second time frame. Then I'd take that and make a short out of it. I haven't done that yet, but I want to do that with Daily Roamer, with my driving channel. I just say get the best parts, and then I'll improve the audio quality of those shorts. I'm putting out poor quality audio and just kind of everything that you hear, the air blowing and all of that, all the background noise in the regular videos. Okay, 30-40 minute videos. But then I'd like to go back when I get the time to then to then extract the best part of that each video that the AI can find. But I mean, that's directly on YouTube. Maybe I could just take the video and, if they don't have the option directly on YouTube, maybe find a way to feed it into the Google Gemini. But that's something to play with in the future. See, okay, let's see. Your vehicle is a computer. Are you a computer technician? Yeah, that's right. The Honda Odyssey has got a lot of sensors and features. What I need to do is clean all these sensors, because this side door sometimes don't open. Sometimes it even opens while I'm driving. It's I think it needs a lot of cleaning. I noticed a lot of dust and gunk that needs to be cleaned. I don't think I'll be going into Minnesota, because if I go into Minnesota, I'll have to come from the north. I want to come down Michigan again, and I'll have to pay them again to cross that bridge from the upper peninsula into the lower peninsula, and that's like $5 or $6. I'll have to think about it. You got to go through that toll booth. I'll have to think about it. Go by Superior or something. The north part of North Dakota, the north part of. Well, I'm gonna dip down. See, I want to stick around this part in Oregon, and wait out the winter until about February 15th, the end part of February 15th, and then move towards Idaho, the southern part of Idaho, and then on north up into Montana. Probably check out my favorite city, Bozeman, Montana. They're very generous to homeless people as well with their distribution of food. And just the culture is really nice there too. I just also was pleasantly surprised. And then the mountains that you can view off in the distance still from that part. It's not like McMinnville. It's not like a lot of cities in Oregon, though. Oregon stands out as just one of the best areas for generosity. That's just still, this whole time I was away from here, they were just continuing on being generous. Some guy was angry at me back in 2016, 2017, 2018, telling me that I was telling everybody how great McMinnville is and that I was attracting more homeless people to the area because I was telling people how great it is that they got the food banks, that they got the soup kitchens every day of the week, that they're friendly to homeless. I think they came down a little bit harder on homeless, but it's still pretty decent. Much better, a complete turnaround, a complete 180 difference between here and Louisiana. If I were to, let's compare and contrast let's compare and contrast McMinnville, Oregon to Natchitoches, Louisiana. Population's very similar. Well, I think it might be up to 30,000 in McMinnville, and then it's 17,000 in Natchitoches. And McMinnville's growing, Natchitoches is dwindling. Okay, watch McMinnville. You know, they talk about, well, the Natchitoches mayor brags about making all this money from grants here and there for all these other this project and that project, and it's like, what are the chances that a place like this city in McMinnville does that? It's reliant on grants, federal grants that the taxpayers are funding. But I mean, these are people who get these grants and don't question where the money came from. Just like chocolate milk comes from chocolate cows or something. Oh, your food comes from the grocery store. What do we need farming for? The food is produced in the grocery store. It's like people who just don't see how things are really the foundation for how things develop. It's really sad, and it's just how they look at things. See, it's not hard to find parasitic draws. It just takes time pulling fuses. Oh, that's the thing. I typed in Honda. All right, I typed in Honda Odyssey in YouTube, and I said, and then I just started clicking all the videos or the videos that are interesting to me about Honda Odyssey on YouTube. Just general right now, starting on. I'm getting overviews and tips, and then here's the things to look out for. Just all kinds of information about the Honda Odyssey on YouTube. And then if I have specific detailed questions, I can ask the AI. I can ask Google Gemini. But the Google Gemini is giving me links to videos on YouTube. It's like, would you like me to find some links on YouTube for you about this subject? And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. So it's a back and forth. I'm learning about the Honda Odyssey as I'm moving along, trying to stay ahead of any problems, trying to fix problems. I want this back window to be able to go up and down. I need to fix it, but I need also to find the right place to do it. I can't just start working on it in the park, because then something like what's that, Coquille, Oregon, something like the park manager will suddenly appear and tell me I can't do that. It's illegal to work on my car in the park, and then cause a big problem for me. So it's like I'm doing the research, but I also have to be able to find places to do the work as well. Let's see. I use a $2K handheld oscilloscope. 2K. I'd say I don't know exactly what an oscilloscope is, but I will say I just bought some binoculars. All right, I the meth heads in Kansas have my binoculars, and these are an improvement over what I got. I just decided to go with brand new ones. Uh, Bushnell. What's different with these compared to what I had was now I can zoom in between 10 and 30, and I could only zoom in 12 times on those old binoculars. They were set. That's 50 millimeters, so I got full night. They don't go bigger than 50 millimeter for width for taking in the light. But the zoom is incredible. And when you go past 12, 13, 14, your shaky hands, I guess, make it a little more difficult to focus on the subject. But that's okay. I can kind of these are for in the these are for in the van, so I can rest my elbows, wherever. So I'm just sitting here, just kind of looking and steady. If there's something I want to read, I can actually read it now because he's got really good zoom, and I found them useful back in my car. Binoculars. Something that's hard to live without. Let's see, let me just use them too. Okay. Minnesota Milkman, thank you. Tomato milk, money trash, crows be digging. Yeah, tomato milk. I forget about tomato milk. That's something that you have reminded me. And now I got to think about uh, doing that again, but with safer, because I overdo applesauce, I'll get heartburn. I overdo tomatoes, I'll get heartburn. Just a little bit of tomato sauce in there. I don't need to overdo it. I could drink milk by itself, no problem. Uh, but it's nice to put a little enhancer in there every so often. Milk and chocolate. See, that's the thing. Sometimes when I eat chocolate with the milk, I don't think chocolate mixes well with tomato sauce. Let's see. I suppose I'll just scroll through. Come back to Wisconsin. I think I'll go through Wisconsin in the northern part. I really like Ashland. So maybe I will just stick along the Canadian border as I move east and try to get back on my routes for checking out the east half of the country. When it warms up, I'll just follow along the Canadian border on an easterly fashion and head over to through all those states, Minnesota, Wisconsin, into Michigan. Michigan, I'll be back on my route, checking out places, and I want to check out Lansing, possibly the west part of Detroit, but I got to get back there. So those are all places that I have an interest in visiting. But while it's so cold, I mean, what's the temperature there right now? It's probably like 0 degrees, and below that, with 50-degree wind chills. I'm in no rush to get over to those parts. Uh, and I'm just as far north here, but the Pacific really balances and mellows out that extreme Arctic blast. The Arctic blast doesn't have the Arctic blast is got a contender with the Pacific Ocean, and they meet in the middle somewhere in the Rocky Mountains and mellow out a little bit. Grants are grifting tech tools. That's very true. 700 horsepower? That's insane. For only four, that sounds like a blowout. I gotta ask about the engine on this. Apparently, some pistons will just stop working as a part of a way to save fuel economy. Oh my God. Somebody is parked where I normally was parking. Let me see. This is a matter where I use my binoculars to try to see who they are. It looks like a cop. Uh-oh. It looks like a cop is over there. If it is, then they got alerted that, that somebody could be, uh-oh. I see the headlights. I can't see very well, so I need to zoom in, but it's kind of dark. See it? I think it's a regular car. It can be a popular spot to park. It's hard to see. It, oh, okay, that's definitely not a cop because I see a puff of smoke that just came off the top of the vehicle. The chances of that being a cop. Another puff of smoke. So that there's a really low chances that's a cop car. It's just somebody parked over on my spot. So now I'm less in a rush to get over there. Oh, now they're backing out. Okay, that's kind of a hot rod looking type of vehicle. So now they're taking off. Now they're giving me my spot back. That's generous of them coming over here. Maybe we can catch them. Oh, yep, they're turning. Okay, so this is the guy I thought was gonna take my spot. Almost looks like a cop car, but not. Okay, let me just scroll down. Well, that's that got my attention. I didn't expect anybody to even bother parking over there for a little bit. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly scroll through these. Fishing the Columbia on shorts and t-shirt all day today. Okay. See, stalking stalkers. Okay, there we go. There's minorities. You got some ID. All right. Yeah, I just kind of went to the bottom of this. All right, so just it's been over an hour. Um, yeah, the Wi-Fi still works. Let's see. I want to move. I want to move on to the next city tomorrow, and just hang out at the library and the park. It's places I've been before. I think Salem is the capital of Oregon, and I believe I've wandered around on bicycle around the Capitol buildings. They got a lot of major buildings around there. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a jump. Think about things, get a different perspective, look for places to fill up my propane tank, enjoy the comfort of my new overalls. They just continuously give me one big hug. It's pretty cool to find something like this. It's crazy. You would not find these in Louisiana. All right. I don't. It's just they destroy things over there. Things get destroyed more than you don't see charities. They're grifting with their grants over there, trying to get their own, blowing money, breaking things. Nothing lasts over there. They don't make they don't know how to manage manage resources very responsibly over there. So they constantly get bailed out. But that's the thing, they kind of have that attitude because the hurricanes roar through there and just obliterate their belongings anyway. So that might cause them to have that attitude, like, it's going to go to waste eventually when the next hurricane runs through. So there's that. Whereas what do we have in Oregon? Things stay more preserved in Oregon because there's really nothing that no serious weather conditions. Maybe a volcano could erupt here. That's about the high. There's that as a threat. But hurricanes blow through. They're more of a threat than uh, volcanoes. And that last volcano was Mount St. Helen up in Washington, north of here. That's it's people are monitoring these things. They say that Yellowstone could blow any moment with all the buildup going on there. It's so it's unpredictable in a lot of ways, I guess. Even with the technology that we have to measure the activity beneath the earth. So yeah. Yeah, I ate some free food here again. Two soup. I went to the soup kitchen yesterday and today. And today was okay. People weren't the homeless weren't very happy about today's meal because it was mostly just a salad, and no homeless people eat salads. I was fine with it, and I asked about seconds, but they couldn't give me seconds because there was a little bit of shortage, I think. And I asked her if it was, why they don't have enough for seconds today, if it could be because of the protests. She said that people all came in at once, and I wonder if there was some kind of rally or protest that happened along the streets near the library. I could hear honking and a little bit of yelling, but it wasn't like a resounding um, like celebration or protest. It just kind of sounded like maybe one or two cars every so often would honk. It didn't sound like 10, 20, 30 cars all at once. So it was a little bit of a rally going on at the side of the road, attracted the cops. Some people held signs. While I was hanging out in the park cooking my eggs, after the rally a little bit, some lady walked back to her car. It was parked nearby my car, and she had a sign with the FUCK, and I couldn't quite read the rest of it. But she was protesting something. Oh, she was paid, right? I don't know. Could she have been paid in this city, in this town? What impact are they going to have in McMinnville, protesting whatever it was that they were? Probably something about the shooting happening in Minnesota. That Minnesota man might have a little more insight about being in the local area. That's a the national attention, the national spotlight is on Minnesota and everything Minnesotan. So whatever's going on over there, you're getting a lot of attention. But I mean, watch the weather. My God, stay out of Minnesota. The weather's gonna kill people. It's like people are like rushing to get to Minneapolis, but they're risking their lives because it's supposed to Arctic blasts are hitting right now and in the next few days, right? It's dropping it down to the negative well below zero. And you ain't gonna warm it up by bringing more people and equipment over there. It's still gonna be a nasty Arctic blast. And Minnesota is just too cold for protesting. So it's short-lived, is my opinion. I don't know how you can handle the cold like that and be outside and apparently in the Twin Cities they've erected some neighborhood area where they blocked the street off and said it's a no a no hate zone, just like they did in Portland a few years ago. They designated a zone, like a no police zone. That didn't last too long. Yeah, the Don Lemon yeah, audits. I watch a lot of a particular channel, Asmon Gold, and he's just running these news stories and making comments. I don't know. His comments are okay, but I like that he's collating all the news to one source. The news are probably not happy with him getting all the attention, but I've been watching a lot of news through his channel about yeah, Don Lemon. Don Lemon not really well, people say he's not helping his career by going into a church and berating the pastor or for worshiping or whatever. You okay? So other people watch Asmon Gold. Yeah, Asmon, I don't know. He's a little bit of an extremist towards the right. He wants to throw more people in jail, kick more illegals out. I mean, there's a balance going. There's a balance that we should consider. Not just be. I'm not all on board with complete victory over all illegals and stuff. I mean, why not let a few pass here and there? I don't know how far is going too far with rounding up illegals. I don't like that the ICE agents are masking themselves up. I mean, yeah, I guess if it's cold in Minnesota, you do that, but as a way to hide your identity, I don't like that. Hiding identities is not doesn't always go over very well with the public. I hope at least doesn't go over well with me when you hide your identity and make everything a secret operation. So yeah, okay. Let's see. He won't me comment. Yeah, he'll block you if you say something he don't like if you're talking about Asmon Gold. Yeah, all right. So let's see. I got little trip tomorrow. Then I'm confident that Salem will be decent. I know my sleep spots in I know one sleep spot in Salem. I'm sure the memories will come flooding back to me when I get there and remember. I remember the carousel in the park. I remember the the old river boat. I think they got a river boat on the river, the Willamette River. I've bicycled all over the place in Salem. I stopped at several food banks in Salem as well. Okay, I'm not really in that habit so much, but that was when I asked the Google Maps crew to make it easier to find these or just make a system more friendly to finding food banks and marking the times and dates and stuff. Yeah, I was really into finding food banks at in Salem, and I'm kind of getting into it again because Oregon really makes it an attractive place. It's like it's cool to have food banks in Oregon. It's not cool and to have a food bank in Louisiana because then you look like I don't know, they you're weird. You're weird to them if you got a food bank. Food banks are weird in Louisiana. Charity is weird. The way they get things there is by grants, by trying to. Oh my God, what's that? That's a cat, right? That should be a. Yeah, it's a cat. Okay, that's probably not going to show up now. There's a cat behind the tree. All right. At first, I thought it might have been a possum. I'll tell you what. I am surprised to have that I found chives growing in this part of the country. Chives naturally grow in McMinnville, so they stretch all the way over here. I know they're in Kansas. I know that they're um, they're all over. They're not in Wisconsin. Leeks are in Wisconsin, not chives. The broadleaf leek. But chives stretch as far as McMinnville. I never noticed that before. I never knew that. They don't grow in Louisiana. Okay. No slippery elm around here that I've seen. I should pay attention for that. I lost a huge bowl of slippery elm to my arrest to Nacogdoches. They arrest me. I had made a big bowl. I dried it out. I dried out my inner bark of my slippery elm. Took me 2 hours to peel all of that slippery elm, and then I get arrested and lose it. Okay, I couldn't use it, and I was like, I was cutting up a lot because I wanted it to last. And no, I can't blame the meth heads so much. The meth heads kept my slippery elm, okay, or did something with it. Probably burnt it. Probably just saw it as kindling for their fires. But the arrest is what caused me to lose it. You know, I blame the meth heads. I say the meth heads took this and the meth heads took that. But it was really the arrest overall that took everything. It's like, you know, I've gotten my car broken into, and the thief will take this and that, a few things, some batteries, some cameras, my cooking grill. But when I get arrested by Louisiana, not only do they take everything, then on top of that, they throw me in jail for eight months. Okay, so it's a lot worse than a criminal. It's like a super. They're super criminals in that state. Not only will they'll take everything, they'll throw you in jail and prevent you from ever recovering it. It's a stark contrast between the government and actual criminals. And then yeah, I'll meet other criminals too who will then steal from me further. They'll not only okay, the state of Louisiana will not only take my cause me to lose my stuff. They'll throw me in jail with other thieves who will then steal from me in the dorm as well. So it's like they steal from me, throw me in jail, and then expose me to thieves who will then make me lose what little I have in the jail. Usually it's food. And then you know I stopped drinking coffee in jail because of the thievery, and I have to reduce anything I buy. There's no stocking up on food in any way in jail. You eat, you buy what you're going to eat that day practically, or for a couple days, and you keep a strong hold on what you do have. You don't stock up on anything, and then live with very little. And yeah, I've developed health problems by having to live with less. I still have I have swelling from my dead tooth, my tooth abscess. If I get thrown in jail again, I'm gonna tell the jail that I got a tooth abscess, and they're not gonna do anything about it because it's jail. But you know that's something to report. It'll just get worse. I can kind of manage my tooth abscess outside of jail. It's not swelling like it used to. It's not painful at all. It was painful, constantly painful in jail. It's not painful at all. I can push on it. It feels all right. There's just a slight swelling. Yeah, I'm trying to get things back, and I will admit that I did. I did buy a foldable saw, so now I got, you know, because I lost that to the arrest. So I got a foldable saw, hand saw. So now I can pay attention to little sticks. I want to cook. I want to cut some walking sticks from some dead trees at some point. So maybe get a 6-foot stick, two 4-foot walking sticks, and a 6-foot stick, and that's it. A little bit of stretching in a different way with the stick. I still kind of like that. I mostly can live without sticks, but they're not terrible. They have some use. A friend had all his teeth pulled in jail. They were all bad. Yeah, I got some I guess some bad teeth, but they're not painful. At least they're making this one tooth is making my gums swell. I met a lot of guys who are missing their teeth. Guys in their 20s already getting their teeth pulled. And I look at what they eat. Some guys will trade away their vegetables for cookies in jail. I trade I traded with a 44-year-old man. He told me he eats nothing healthy there. I was trading my cookies for his vegetables, and we had this daily system of trading that going on until he got busted for dope smoking. And apparently he's his heart's only at 40% capacity. He don't care though. He's just, continue to smoke dope and eat unhealthy, and live a short life, I'm guessing, because he's been in there. He was in jail for a year when I met him. So yeah, jail. Some jails are better than others. The Louisiana jail is probably the bottom of the barrel, I would think. It's the bottom of the barrel compared to the 7 jails I've been in. So this is why I got to stretch my stomach out more often. It just, the gas builds up so easily. I don't do enough. Well, I'm gonna enjoy this overall tonight. I think I'm gonna sleep in this thing, and I want to get over to my spot. What time is it? I think we got closing time. Yep, closing time. Time to get the heck out of here. I'll still be online, but I won't be live. So I'm gonna get off. Yep, I'm done. So that's it.